Hello, hello. All right, we are kicking off this. First off, our 6 webinar series. This is for really any coach who is ready to build their business, feels a little overwhelmed, or even is just not making money. And so we're going to be just deep diving into a host of different webinars and different topics and hot seats and questions. So I promise I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but still deliver to you some key information. Give me just a hot second. Feel free to drop your info into the chat box, where you're coming from, if you are in a cold or a warm state. And we are just so excited. So excited. So bear with me 1 second as I go live into our private forum. Just give me, oh, hey, Jersey. My husband would be so happy because I'm a Philly girl. He is a hardcore Trenton boy. So I have much love. Thank God he's an Eagles fan. Although we're just going to be quiet on that subject. No offense, Carson. Also, drop into the comment new coach or coach who has been coaches in season, coach who is seasoned, it's not making money, or the coach who is like ready to kind of funnel hack everything. And Mimi is just going to give you some love. Mimi is my right-hand person, guys. So give Mimi some love and say, thank you, Mimi, because she is always here for me, giving me some support and supporting you guys. So day 1, which is today, is all about memberships. And I was so fortunate, if any of you were on the niche success with them. If any of you were actually on the niche course and got to see Katrina, please drop Katrina into the comments wherever you're seeing this, because she was such a blessing. And we actually got to chat today. And she was like, oh yeah, I will so come into your membership and talk about, how she created hers. And so she is just like an example, and I will always feature, like, please know this, I will always feature anybody who is just an example of somebody who I feel like just digs deep and continues to find out what works and what doesn't. I want to preface this before we even start by saying that some people know everything when they start a membership or a business, and that has not been me ever. It's not my mode of operation. My name is Rachel Felvin, for those of you who maybe don't know me. My mode of operation has always been to just run by gut and to always think about that person suffering who was like myself. So if that is your mode of operation, please drop a 1. Sometimes we get lost from that. I get lost myself. And then I have to pull myself back and be like, stop. So I'm going to share with you tonight the way that I've seen coaches utilize our Done For You programs to build really healthy and sustainable relationships with their potential clients, and to build great memberships, and to also fulfill dreams that they never thought were possible, meaning to completely work online or to have a low cost entry. So for those that are like funnel hackers, your low cost entry could be a downsell. It could even be, an opportunity after somebody graduates to come to your membership so that you create really residual income. For those of you who are new, memberships can be looked at just as group coaching. So a lot of you guys, similar to myself, struggled in that beginning time, or you're struggling now, and you feel like nobody wants to hire me for this 6 months. This isn't working. And I felt that too. So a membership, or what I called in my practice, just group coaching. I more would say, hey guys, we're going to do group coaching for 3 months. That word membership for some people, as I spoke with Katrina today, can be even a turnoff word. They hear, oh, I'm getting charged every month. So remember, when you looked at your business, you became a health coach. You knew you were becoming a health coach, but you didn't have an understanding. You didn't even conceptualize that you were going to become an entrepreneur. So what we're going to go over tonight is the basics. And some of the things that I've learned from running a membership for a year. I also was very lucky to, interview Jill Stanton, who ran a very successful multi-six-figure membership. I've interviewed many people from memberships, as well as our own coaches, our sisters, our brothers who have run memberships with our programs. So let's just start off before we get into the hot seats, because I want to take you through what I call the basics. And again, this is very basic. I don't want you, and I don't claim, just like with everything, I don't claim to know everything. And that's why I always say to find the people that you feel like, bear with me 1 second, that you can pull from each, because everyone has different talents. Everyone has different ways that they're successful. So what I'm going to just take you through is just a slideshow of what I feel are the basics and what I wish I would have known. There are a lot of programs that we have for the memberships. This is the most important. And I said this to a client today. One is, know what you're offering. A membership is not just saying, hey, I'm going to show up twice a month. A membership takes work, it takes a plan, it takes consistency. So when you're thinking about your membership, you want to not only have a plan for yourself to lessen the overwhelm, but you also want to have a plan because this allows you to strategically market. We've continued to talk about planning your business so that you work smarter, not harder. When you don't have a plan, you can't say, hey guys, for the next 3 months, we're going to be covering this program you're going to get access to. You don't then have the ability to pre-market. When you're just planning week to week, you're planning off the cuff. And so this, again, when we come back to what is most important other than changing lives, is your ROI. And so I want you tonight to actually think of your ROI as we are approaching Q1 of 2019. This is really about your sweat equity. Does it really match what you are making in the bank? So when you're sitting there thinking about your membership and what you're offering and your calls, Katrina even said, we do 2 calls, we go in and we do also office hours. You want to think about the setup of your membership, what you're offering, but the content that you're offering. Is there a theme for the month, a theme for the quarter? How are you setting that up? Are you charging monthly? Are you charging quarterly? Or are you charging yearly? That's an option as well. What you're saying to somebody is, instead of joining these programs and launching with me, I'm going to give you continual support. And by joining this low-cost membership, let's just say a price of $17, and let's just say hypothetically, hypothetically for that one person, 12 months is $204. Now, what I spoke to Katrina about today when we were talking about up-leveling her membership is taking that person who is $17. And if you didn't see Katrina in our niche course, it's okay. You can still be in our free forum and get access to that, because it was really not only transformational, but educational. So many of us are launching, and spending energy and time that we don't have. For some of us, it fits our personality. For some of us, it exhausts us. And what happens? We never launch. Drop a 2 if you never end up launching. But you buy the next thing, you buy the next course, you hope for the next miracle, and it never comes. What I talked to Katrina about today, and I encourage you and I implore you to come into our free group if you're not a part of that, or just go to the bonus call number 5 and listen to Katrina, is that she said, based on who I am, I can't just go launch to launch. I need to set up what I call the soup system. We're going to talk about that a little later as well. I said, well, great. You have this membership. You're having success. And for those of you who I hear always say, I work in a low income area, people can't afford me, this is a great opportunity for you to offer. This is when I say, have a low cost program. Maybe the gateway program or that low cost opportunity on your Work With Me page doesn't fit you. Or maybe you have that, but you're ready to really expand. This is where we come in. And even Katrina's words today were, Rachel, I'm so grateful for you, because if I spent the time creating this, I would have no time to market, to find the people to join my membership. I would just be done. So say you have people at tier 1 in your membership. Let's say you're either doing this or you're planning. You're saying, you know what, Rachel, thank goodness, because I'm going to plan for this in phase 1 and phase 2. And your planning doesn't just happen every time you launch. Your planning happens because we think about a strategy for 2019. The first 6 months, Q1, Q2, then we go into Q3, Q4. So she right now is a 17 tier at phase 1. That's the only one she has. And she said to me, Rachel, I used to focus on weight loss, but everyone has sugar addictions. And she focused on that. That brought people in. Consistently, she's bringing people in. Problem is now there's another tier. There's another layer. This is why I've said to you guys, and I talked to 5 successful coaches today who are willing to reach out to me and say, where do I need to go next? They all said the same thing. My clients are evolving. I'm seeing these other issues, but I don't necessarily want to specialize here. And they're not coming back for the same program. This is the number one reason why so many other business coaches say, why does Rachel say this? I never could see how I could get so many people in list building to have that many more people into my funnel to buy the same program. Does this make sense? I even have a client who is able to get 1,000 people into her funnel a month organically. And she was still not able to get up to the same amount, 500 detoxes we sold. We were able to get a quarter of that. So what does that tell you? And I said to her, this tells us that they need new. And so for those of you who recognize that and understand this is not a marketing ploy or a strategy, this is the reality of our business, that people have layers. And as they work with us, it is what we call the hero journey. They graduate from what? The first step with us to the second. They have these aha moments, and then we start to peel back, and that's when we actually niche down, because we're peeling back these layers. So I said to Katrina this, great, you're at 17. You can have 2 options. We can add in the hormone program, because you're saying that your clients are having these issues, or you can add in Reboot, which is a 4-month, and you can take them to a second tier. It could be $37, because what you're saying to them is still, hey guys, this is low cost. This is still low cost. And this is module based, because our hormone program and our Reboot is module based. So you're saying, I'm still going to take you through a journey. There's still the webinars that I need for my membership, or even group coaching. So for those of you who don't want to enter membership, do group coaching. 3-4 months at a low cost. How many of you would rather make, let's say you had 10 people at 37, you make $370 a month, than nothing. So I said, great, now you're going to add a second tier. This is when we talk about funnels. And this is when I said to her, again, Betsy comes in. She comes into your webinar or your challenge, your sugar challenge. And she, is welcomed with the thank you page. You can either go to schedule a one-on-one session or join our membership. Betsy decides to not do either. An email, this is funnel, an email goes to Betsy that says, hey, I saw that you signed up for our sugar challenge and that you went through it and you didn't sign up for a strategy session and you didn't sign up for our membership. But we also have a 3-week or a 21-day weight loss. And then Katrina said to me this morning, but I don't specialize in weight loss. I said, I want you to stop thinking about the niche. I know this is going to be crazy because I talk about niche a lot, but too often we focus so much on the niche and forget about the problems. I said, what does a woman experience who's overwhelmed, stressed, addicted to sugar, putting self-care behind and wearing the superwoman cape? She maybe gains weight. Maybe she's overeating, she's binge eating, she's stress eating. Maybe she needs those daily habits. Maybe her hormones are out of control. Maybe she just feels alone. And she never wants to sign up for a membership. That's the power of a funnel. It's taking them based on behaviors and their archetype. So we mapped out a plan. So when you're thinking about a membership, it's not just, I'm going to put something together. It's, why am I putting this together? Who is this serve? And one of the things that I think are great for memberships, and I wish I would have done that, was to really think, okay, this serves the woman who feels really overwhelmed. She has a myriad of issues, from blood sugar to hormones to this. That could be the hormone modules. These aren't just about hormones. Hormone controls everything. This could be the reboot. But that reboot, as I said, can also be used in a myriad of other ways. And if you're not ready, as I said to another coach I've been friends with for 5 years, maybe even 7, I said to her, you can get the reboot, and after you have your detox, you can lead people to that as a 4-month program. Even if you said to people, and I said this to another coach today, because everything when you talk to me is going to be about this calculator as well as your soul. I said, what if you said to people $47 for 4 months? Well, now that sounds low, guys. And I'm not saying you can't charge $379 or $999. But I said to her, what if you said this to people, like, I really want you to get healthy. And your goal was 45 women. That's 8,460. Because what she said to me, unlike Katrina, who is in Kajabi, she said, I can't afford a membership site, and I can't take the time to do a plugin and figure everything out. I said, great, do it in Facebook. Map out the unit section to take them through each and make it mandatory so they say, I'm done. We've had people like Carrie Adams take the 3-month mastermind, who she bought, and make that a mastermind membership for runners. As she evolved, she realized they had sugar issues. They had hormone issues. We've also had Revitalize, which is in 3 ebooks, which easily can be amended to be a membership. Many of the coaches who are in my membership for Content in a Box, which you see at yourhealthcoachbiz.com, also just take the recipes in there and define the months. This month, we're focusing on stress eating. Next month, we're focusing on weight loss because it's December. January, we're focusing on, mindset, goal setting, and habit change. But they're still providing them content, because the biggest thing of memberships is retention. You can get people in, but what was Katrina's problem and how do we solve it? Katrina's problem was she's getting people in with ease. But those that are in, that they've been in, are graduating. Where do they graduate? We just solved that problem. So we're either going to do the hormone program or the reboot. And we're talking about that tomorrow. That's why we are happy to get on the phone with you. And if you don't take advantage of that and just sit on the sideline, worrying and questioning and overthinking, that's the problem. We often will then go to the next course, we'll go to the next place, and then we'll feel overwhelmed. So the no frill membership, I used to call this way before the word membership came around. I would say group coaching. And I just charged like a flat fee of $77, $87, $97, because I knew they would stay there, and I knew what? From that membership, I would upsell. So if you think of your membership as a downsell, how many of you don't think twice about 27, 37? 47, you start to think. 57, yep. 67, definitely. But you want to make sure that it's fulfilling a problem that you have. And so a no-frill membership can be even on Facebook unit section, PayPal or Stripe, to do the automatic, payments, or you charge in a quarter and then you re-up with them. So nobody cancels, you're charging for the quarter. And again, even at 37 times 3, 111. So you can make it very easy. Hey, come for this quarter. This is what we're doing. For those of you who are fitness, include fitness videos. For those of you yoga, include yoga. For those of you who have special chakra, meditation, everything, it's very simple to do. For those of you who want to make it more of a cooking, make it a cooking. Somebody saying, I love the idea of a no-frill membership. Sometimes it's not a mindset issue. Some people just don't have it in the money, 100%. That to me is why group coaching is great. And when you can say to somebody, hey guys, here we're doing this for $37 times, you're in for 3 months at $111. And we're going to go over this program. And that 3-month program, any one of our programs can be extended. Anyone. Just take the numbers out. And making covers in Canva, or literally even in our paid program, not our membership, but our paid program, I've shot videos showing in 3 minutes how to do an overlay in Word Office. For somebody to get healthy and to be healthy at the 37, that's $444 a year. And that is the reason that I love low-cost options. Of course, those who can afford you are going to upsell to what? A one-on-one. They're going to upsell to a program that you launch. And maybe you've decided that the bandwidth for you is that you can host 2 programs online or offline a year. Or maybe they're going to upsell to a passive income network marketing company that you do that aligns with you. Another simple one that I hear from people are ClickFunnels or Teachable. But again, Facebook is a free cost. There are different plugins, of course, from WordPress that are free, but I call this the no frill. And I did this many times. I would say, here, Facebook, files, everything is in the file section. I'm going to charge you this. And the moment that they charged, they got an automatic email that said, great, join the Facebook forum. If I did it live, I use Square on my phone. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate. Overcomplication, and I can teach you all these different strategies, 5-figure launch plans, 6-figure launch plans. They don't change. It's just more about the strategy and learning to pivot within that plan. But to keep it simple, so you learn the foundation by yourself, and then you put money away. And then what? You're able to up-level. This is from WPKcube.com. There are a lot of other membership guides, which I'm actually actively in right now and excited to be learning so much more to bring to my membership. But here are a lot of plugins, and you will see that there are tons, and there are tons of free plugins that you can also use. I would say a lot of them just depends on how good you are with tech yourself. I know wish lists can seem really attractive, but I can't tell you how many clients I've had, myself included, And it took 100% a designer to do that. I hear from many people, Thinkific is very simple. I know a lot of people love MemberPress. But I also hear a lot of people who just say, I can't even make it that far between life and I'm being 9 to 5 and autoimmune and kids. So I encourage you to just keep it simple. See if it also works for you. You know, you don't want to invest a ton of energy because no matter what's put into the membership, especially with a plan, like over the next 3 months, we're going to do this. Instead of just saying, we're going to be in a program, you get to say, hey, we're going to have 2 calls a month. I'm doing office hours twice. This is what's included. The focus of the month is. And you can even drip out the materials. The biggest is, what do you offer and why are you offering it? I keep going back to this niche and getting clear on your message. It's always, who do I serve? What problems do they have? How can I help them? And what is their hero journey? I talked to a few coaches and I said, okay, great. You love clean eating and your clients love detox. So what is the next stage after that? Can you do the detox and extend that and make that 3 months? Or are you doing a seasonal detox annual membership? And really it's just a community and it's about encouragement. And even after you go through the detox, it's about learning how to keep that into your daily habits. Then you're taking them to the next. Hey guys, we've done this. Now we're going to the next program. So that you keep everything within there. And again, you're upselling to your one-on-one, you're downselling even from a membership, you know, to somebody who maybe has left. They've left the membership and you're like, okay, I see that you've left. Can I offer you this other opportunity? Or you're upselling them to a group, or you're sending them to your one-on-one. A funnel is just about different opportunities based on behavior and pricing and really their personalities and what they're interested in. Funnels are about understanding their basic need. Is it sugar? Is it anti-aging? Is it hormones? Is it gut? And for most of us, there's a combination of layers, but you want to think of what are those 3 buckets that define you. Many people ask me constant questions. If I buy programs from you, should I post them all? The answer is no. You want to think of the 3 that define you, or you want to have your bundle of opt-in freebies, as I keep saying, a do-it-yourself program, maybe another do-it-yourself. And at the end of that do-it-yourself, there is an email. I'm so happy that you completed this. And, you know, I wanted to see if you needed one-on-one support or if you want to join our membership downsell. Many of you have asked about Tripwires. They are great, amazing programs like the 7-day sugar cleanse or the 5-day ketogenic eating plan that just came out, or any of our short, small programs. Those are Tripwires. That is an upsell, or an upsell to one-on-one, an upsell to a program, or a downsell to a membership. So you want to think about what you are taking your membership through. And just the great thing about buying content from us is it's mapped out, and then you just have to create the theme of the month. How can you make this simple? We can help you like we helped Katrina. And the same thing, like Katrina went with, here was this problem. She was launching. She realized that she needed to have what? She needed to have a residual income. She needed to have something that was easy for her and her husband to run. She needed to also have a place where everyone was in what I call the soup. They're all coming for one commonality. But she also realized within that she was taking on a lot of one-on-one clients that really had extra layers of issues, and that those matched the other people she was serving. This same kind of membership, if you're not ready for a membership, can be looked at as group coaching. Raise your hand if you can see people who are willing to do group coaching with you at even $67 a month with a goal of 20 people. That's $1,340. I want to end up saving you money on all of the perfection and the needing to think everything needs to be automated. You want it to be automated, but you can even lead them to a Facebook forum or to a password protected page, and then support them in emails, automated or manual. The goal is that you launch. How many of you, even with beyond group coaching, as we've been talking about, or even the membership, can see people coming to you for a cooking class at $25 with 15 people? That's $375. If you do 8 of those, that's $3,000. So content for you and me and anybody is not just about this one-stop shopping place. It's about finding the different ways that you can use content so it works for you. Do we have any questions about upsells or downsells? You realize that when somebody comes to you, if they're not ready for your one-on-one, and hopefully you have 2 options, that's a 2-tier, 2 options, 2-tier, 3 options, 3-tier. A 2-tier example could be a 1-month and a 3-month program. A 3-tier could be a single session, a 2-month, and a 4-month. Different options, different hero journeys, different buyer needs, different buyer personality archetypes. We talked about that in our previous calls. Shane is the A-type personality. She is not ever going to do a 4-month. She either is going to do a single session with you or a group. Jack, who knows he's sick, he's like, I'm all in. He is perfect for a 4-month or 6-month. Sally, who is overwhelmed by life and she's a mom and she takes care of 4 children, she doesn't feel that she ever has the time unless she sees you maybe on a Saturday night because her kids have activities during the weekends. She would probably be best seeing you either with a single session, a 1 or 2 month, or even joining a group, because really what Sally craves the most is community because she feels alone. Your downsells and upsells are so that you what? Never leave money on the table, but that you also can serve people in what they really need. So the biggest thing is to think about like your goals. This was a coach, very smart, established. She didn't have programs. She didn't have list building strategies. She posted this in our forum, and I love this. This is actually Infusionsoft. You can tell just from because I have it. It always shows up in this format. 153 new contests in 30 days. I've seen people who've bought the 7-day sugar cleanse and said, wow, you were right. And I even had a client who did this. She posted the 7-day sugar cleanse as her free opt-in. And her goal was to lead people to either a 30 or 60. That was her strategy. That was her format. So remember, there's not a perfect strategy. It's what actually works for you. And so, same thing. I've talked about Megan Rand a lot. I'm so impressed by her. And I talk about people I'm impressed with all the time. She was a coach. I remember many, many years ago being in our detox forums and saying, everyone else is getting clients and I'm not. She was an IN coach. She became an FDN practitioner, which is one of my favorite schools and the one I highly suggest. So if you need a referral link or you're interested, please feel free to contact me. But what was so interesting about her is she realized that she bought our detox early on because she knew that she needed to have a business online. She was pregnant. And so she started to run those detoxes, got 100 paying clients. She then realized they needed to go somewhere, just like Katrina says. They graduated. Our clients graduate. It's like just like we all kind of evolve in the world, no matter what we do. She realized very fast, look, I need to have a place for them to go. She created a 6-month hormone membership. She did testing in there. She did supplementation, and then they graduated to a mastery alumni course. Smart. Totally doable, totally possible with any of the programs. It's you actually knowing and hearing what I've been saying. It's your freebies and your opt-ins that bring in these people. It's the webinars or the lives or your social media post with the call to action to your freebie. It's the structure of your business that doesn't say, I'm doing everything, but having it in a really formatted way so that you don't feel psychotic building your business while taking care of yourself and your children and your 9-to-5 or your fur babies or your own autoimmune or all the above. And so when I think to Megan, or I think to Amber Robertson, or I think to many other coaches that I've seen do this so eloquently and have success, I think about all the coaches who don't have success. And the only difference I see is a really clear plan and a message. And so, with that being said, I want to take questions. I want to answer questions. I have people up for the hot seats. You have time to access, the bonuses and to grab our VIP discount. I know it's Thanksgiving coming up, the holidays, and so any money really is important because it goes into your pocket. You can find that at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And what I'm going to do right now is I am going to find our hot seats. Oh, my good friend Gregory is there. Gregory Asby. So if you guys don't know him, please check him out on Facebook. He's not only one of my coach moderators, but a very good friend of mine. And has been in this health and wellness industry for 30 years. So when people say like, I can't do it, or I can't make money, it's ludicrous, completely ludicrous. This is a mindset issue. And this is also a lack of clarity on who you really serve and why. You don't need to have per se, and I continue to talk about this, like the story where you went through this. You just need to be clear on who you're meant to serve. So let me actually find, okay, here she is.
What? Oh, hey.
Hey, guys.
Hi. This is Marilyn. She's 4.
Are you writing with your pretty pen?
Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie, thanks so much.
And this is John. He's 6.
The whole crew.
This is my life.
Yep. Well, if my munchkins were not with my husband, they would be surrounding me as well. But they would say things like, Mom, stop, because they're now almost 12 and almost 10. So
yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
All right. So one, it's so great to meet you. Know you from online. And let's also kind of map out your business. And I want people to also realize and recognize that we're going to talk about 2 specific things. One is your business as a whole, where people are coming in. I call this the business funnel. It's fine. Trust me. I've learned to hear what I need.
Yeah.
This is what I call the business funnel. And then we have the other, which is if somebody comes in and they're not interested in that, where are they going to go? That is more what we call funnel hacking. So there's 2 very distinct ones. And I can multitask.
Yes. I'm working it out.
Yeah. So okay, break it down for me. Let's even talk about, don't even tell me your niche. Tell me, who you really want to work with and why.
So my niche is moms for this whole reason. People that have really lost focus, like been giving forever. And then all of a sudden wake up one day and you're like, oh, this is not the person I recognize. This is not like what happened, basically, you know? So you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I don't, you know, I've gained extra weight, or I have, you know, anxiety, or those different things that go along with doing all the things, obviously. And so really trying to love themselves again, lose weight as they need to, really just take care of themselves again. So focusing on eating clean, getting their kids healthy along with themselves and just the whole family in general, getting out of the, you know, boxed meal, hamburger helper type of quick meals to actually good meals that will fuel their family and help them grow and strong, and not have to see mom stressing out about, oh, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? Or, oh, I can't eat this because, you know, whatever, that kind of a thing. Just really instilling healthy habits from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So
Guys, you're just loving me up with all your good stuff.
yeah.
And while mom is chatting. Okay. I think that's great. Awesome stuff. What I would say is, tell me if this is what you hear, because I hear a bunch of really clear things. And I think often we feel like we're not clear. So we sit on the sideline, we doubt, we say things like, I don't know if I should do this.
Right.
Even my greatest friends from, like I said, 5-7 years in this business, they'll say things like, I don't know if I should do that. I'm like, but you have like 30 people asking you to do it. And they're like, I know. And I'm like, stop, try it now. So with that being said, I think every mom, like, we can all step into that. And so one, I encourage you to really always speak real, like don't question, because that was one thing I did right from the beginning. I really just like spoke about my life, spoke about my kids, spoke about like, and spoke about things without saying things that I felt would either hurt anybody, or that my children would eventually say like, Mom, I can't believe you said that. So that's step number one. Step number two is, I do always love kind of like this. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be this branding. It doesn't have to be a perfect logo. I didn't have a logo, I think, until like 3 years into my business. But I still had a really clear message. And I think often people don't have that. They're like, I work with, you know, people have gut issues, but it's like, everyone says that. So what is really this clear message? Like, why do you do that? And so what I hear is, you know, I work with moms who are like myself. We have to be strong. We have to wear the Superwoman cape. We have to take care of our children, take care of ourselves. Like this is not something we can put to the side. We can't go live in an ashram. We can't go move to a mountaintop. Like, we can't go take a vacation in the middle of the day or at night. This is our life. And so there's almost like, learn how to love yourself with an L, learn how to lose weight with self-care, and ditching the diet mentality and the scale and the obsession, and then learn how to like let go, and really defining these like 3 L's that you're about, or that you feel a mom is about. Because I know as a mom, things, which was my greatest gift, things are never as we plan, ever. And my best teachers, as my friends were moms, were the ones like that the flower was up in the air, and I'd be like, and they'd be like, oh, it's totally fine. And I think I don't have that ability. Like, how does she have that? And so when I think about your buckets, it isn't just clean eating. And I think that's the biggest mistake so many coaches. We think if we say clean eating, I feel like these buckets are like, here is this for moms. Like, we're only focusing on you. This is like the diaper bag for moms.
Right.
Because you never pack it for yourself.
Right.
And then like, there is like, here's family health. Because I'm going to teach you, though, step 1 is how to take care of you first. I'm going to teach you how to put yourself on the totem pole and be selfish. Here's step 1. So you're almost giving them the roadmap to recovery. The roadmap to recovery when you're a mom and you have put everyone else first, lost focus, and don't have even the time. Because when you're an early mom, there's no time. You're just kind of like, I'm hoping for a miracle. Woo! I think I'm going to go to sleep and wake up. I mean, that is being a mom.
Right.
So, and then I would have something that's saying like whole mom, whole woman, whole life, whole family. And that includes like the toolbox for the best things that you can do when you go shopping. Like I always told moms, I'm not telling you, you have to like be holistic. I'm teaching you to throw out foods you can't pronounce. So like, I'm going to come and pantry clean out, or I'm going to show you how to exchange this potato chip for your child that you're sending for a snack. Because I had to do this.
Right.
I had to figure out how to take the one with 20 ingredients that I couldn't even spell and swap it for the one with 3.
Right.
I'm going to teach you the best like yogurt for your kid, the best like bread, because they'll be like, well, this is whole grain. I'm like, we have to Google these ingredients.
Right.
So how does something like that feel?
Yeah, that feels really, really good. And being able to, find things and use these guys as testers and say, my kids will eat it. Like that's the thing that people ask me all the
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, like, how do I get my kids to eat vegetables and, that kind of thing. And how do I get them to actually eat their food and, eat the not chicken nuggets and whatever the case may be. So and even some suggestions
for building authority, because we all think, I mean, my hero at the time was like Angry Moms and Alana's Pantry and people who are actually showing how to do that with kids. And I remember, I think Steinfeld's wife or something had put out a cookbook, and all these cookbooks were coming out at that time when my kids were babies. And I was like, oh my God. I think the best thing is what I call show me your life. People buy us and our life. So if you want to say, guys, I'm going to show you like every Friday, I'm going to show you how to prep for the weekend. Or every Sunday, I'm going to show you like how to prep for food for like pre-K boxes and kindergarten lunch boxes. Like, what do I pack? Mm-hmm. All of my social media, and it was crappy. So this is when I say, guys, like, don't sit there and hold back. They were Max's bento boxes that I had to pack because he had so many food allergies. And I would say, this is what I send. This is what it looks like. This is my favorite protein bar. These are the strawberries. This is how I pack in these little cute containers that are BPA free. Like, I became an information provider. Mm-hmm. That to me is the best sales technique ever. And I wasn't even thinking about sales. I was thinking of every other woman struggling like myself to try to figure this out. What was still good that, was easy and they wouldn't feel different than everyone else, and what would make them, feel like they could pack it anywhere, especially for the times that they had to go on field trips and that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But I also want you to recognize that you did start with talking about the mom.
Right. Yeah. And that's the main focus.
Yep.
And then it kind of bleeds into the rest of the family.
So think about the program for the mom. And when you're thinking about choosing a program, think about, I always say, what is food that's yummy for the family too? Because a mom doesn't want to have to create like multiple different meals. We're already doing that in and of itself, especially with picky children, unless you're one of those families that goes, you're eating whatever.
That's
I think my kids, but I think a lot of people, they do have either food allergies are there or something else is there. You just want to be able to appeal to both.
Right.
So think about, when you think about the opt-in freebie, what do you think the mom wants to opt in? We think about clean eating shopping guide.
Uh-huh.
I also think about, I mean, I'm just writing this down, even though I know you're looking at the cleaning system, but I want you to think for everyone in a great exercise, because you're going to always, do you want to answer him?
What do you mean, sweetie? Oh, yeah. He got a new Lego thing today and he wants to show you.
I will look at it in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Is that okay?
Yes. So how about you go in the living room with Sissy and then I'll come back ready, okay? Okay. Thank you, honey.
Because I want you to also realize you're going to have to do this always yourself.
Yeah.
We're like, I want to empower my clients. But we don't get empowered.
Right.
So I want to teach you the tools so you can sit there and always be like, okay, boom, my list is starting to go down, or I'm seeing just not much interaction. Like, what do I need? So think about pain points or sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. and it's not just sugar. It's, damn, I feel deprived because I'm a woman. I'm a mom.
Right.
I've given up so much.
Right.
Even if we love our children, which we do, we feel like I've sacrificed.
Right.
Even though if it's a benefit, we just, as women, are like, I just want me time. So think about, what can you say to a woman? I always think about like the chocolate recipes, and it doesn't mean it has to be the one, but like, think always in your mind, what can you say to a woman? Like, hey, I'm not telling you to diet. I'm telling you actually like give yourself, because this message you're saying is take care of yourself, love yourself up. The weight will come off when you do that.
Right.
Is that the message?
Yeah, exactly. Like it won't be the quick fix. It's not going to be some lose 15 pounds in 7 days or some crazy something like that, because we've tried all that before. You know, I've done it all myself. You know,
then say that. That's the key word. I don't know what we're at. We're at like 52 minutes. Go back and listen to this. Because we say our own copy. We just don't often have confidence. When you say, we've done that. We tried the fad diets.
Right.
We did everything. We starved ourselves. We tried, and nothing worked because we got it back. So, but you do still want to appeal. And I would say like weight loss, my message was like, this is weight loss done completely different.
Right.
It's a new way of weight loss. So I almost feel like you saying like, this is not saying clean eating, but like, this is a new way of losing weight.
Right.
And I wouldn't even go like self-care unless that's your audience. I would really go into like, we often don't have the time. So what happens? We don't eat all day because we're out with kids, we're doing activities, or we're 9-to-5ers. Then we come home, we have activities, dinner, kids go to bed. And then what do? We binge eat.
Right.
And not even because we're binge eaters. We're starving because we drank coffee all morning, was running around, and we were like, oh,
salad for lunch.
Right. Or we didn't even do that. And we're like, oh, I'm not going to eat the kids, goldfish. I mean, I did mom's groups so often. They're like, well, I pet the kids goldfish. I pet them everything. I want to eat the goldfish. But then I went home and I just pounded food because I was starving.
Right.
So you want to think about, where is each of these moms with different personalities? And you know them because they're at every activity. One's like, ah, and the other's like, oh my God, I know, I'm so stupid. I remember them. I'm so stupid. And I'm like, no, don't ever say that.
Right.
You're not. You're just overwhelmed. So you say that word.
Right.
So think of these entry points. And then from these entry points, like let's just say from sugar, or let's just say like a clean eating shopping list. You're like, hey, mom, I remember how crazy I felt. Hamburger Helper, I actually knew what the name was because that seemed easy. Or takeout was easy. Or the commercials on TV of Hungry Man special at Kentucky Fried Chicken for only $17.99, but it actually cost me $39.97. And I was bloated, and I felt tired, and I felt like, grumpy. And everything that we feel when we eat that way. I'm not saying fried chicken. I love fried chicken. But not Kentucky Fried Chicken, healthy fried chicken. Mm-hmm. Healthy baked fried chicken. So what you're saying is, hey, moms, I'm not telling you to ever deprive yourself. Let's like fill in the good energy foods because we're already tired. So think energy. You want to think, are you leading them to your one-on-one? Is it a mom's group that you want to work offline or online? And the tiers of it. It may be that you just at the infancy of your business, you want to build out your Work With Me page. I was like, great. We're going to do the mama makeover. That's 1 month or 2 months. Then maybe you have like the mama makeover and the family reboot is a 4-month, because that involves going to the grocery store, coming back to their house, pantry clean out, which was my favorite. And so you want to start including, just like the side of a car, what's included in this fabulous package.
Mm-hmm.
That's conversion. So break it down into what is my Work With Me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then if I have some moms who can't afford me, or a pantry clean out for $75 and a little mini program, that's where you're going to seal the deal. Then you think, okay, great, let's bust a group, mom. We're all kicking off. Kids back in school by the 7th. We're busting the move by the 3rd week of January. And that's how we start to really plan and foresee. And then you even go forward. You think, February, okay, hubbies, give you up some love, or hey, mamas, love yourself up with some chocolate. Then we go into March. We aren't launching in March because what happens with mamas?
Spring break time.
Spring break time. And then we have Easter, we have all this stuff. And then we do what? We take a breath about the 2nd week of April and we go, whoo, they are back. Oh, let me get an amen. And then we are ready to do something about ourselves. And then what happens in May?
School comes out. Kids are home.
Well, it's Mother's Day, and we all go,
right.
I just really want to take care of my mother and myself. And
right.
That's when it's a program where it's bring your mom for free or pay it forward to your mama. And then boom, kids are out. And then we have an opportunity before we come back. Go, all right, mom, 7-day, blast it off because you just gone to the beach. And you drank it up and you ate the BBQ. And this is my BBQ blast off. So that's why when I say like these variation of programs, I could take a person through 5 years of my business on what I did. And that was really it. I just fed into what we all kind of experienced, or what my friends did, or people who I talked to, or the moms at the school, which I would always overhear, but I was the 9 to 5 more than the 9 to 5er. So they always looked at me like, she's a little loco. What does she do? Right. What's she about? But that is how I want you to plan your business. I always want you to think about the list builders coming in, what you're saying, be true to what you literally said to me, because you sold me just at that. If you say, when you were like, this is my life, I was like, this girl could be my BFF. She's just straight to the heart.
Right. Taking the kids, baby on the hip, right? That's what I've heard.
But then your pictures, see, this is where everyone gets confused. You know how many pictures I've taken in the car line? I'll be like this, chilling in the car line. That's just an Instagram post because that's telling somebody you're a mom.
Right.
You're not being like, hey, I'm a mom. You're like chilling in the car line, 3 minutes to go.
Right.
Or I would do ones like just dropped off, hat on the head, Mom's Thursday. Because that's building authority. That's what people don't realize. People don't just go, oh my God, it's a great opt-in. They see you, they see you're real, and then they go, oh, what is she about? Because they see it consistently. That's when I see other business coaches be like, just do this perfect funnel. It's actually what's before that, which is why I always say, get intact and think about your plan. But also think about really what you want to say. So from everything that I just blah, blah, blah about, what feels what feels right and what feels more clear?
Going through those pain points and like where the entry points are, because I think that's really where I struggle, is like I see the big picture really well, and then going down into those details is the hardest part. With the screaming 4-year-old in the background.
Welcome to reality. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And figuring out like those little details of like, okay, what's first, what's second? Like I see the big
Yep.
down the line vision of like, this is the overall kind of a thing.
The roadmap is it always has to start. And I think I even have it here. Like if you can see this, if you can see, and let me just hold on, I'll bring it closer. Like see those top boxes? I didn't anticipate using this, but these top boxes are the pain points. People are not coming and searching for like, oh, a mom who's going to bring me back and find myself. Like they'll go to Calgon, like they'll go and take a Calgon bath. But for the mom who is, did you break up and freeze?
Oh wait, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. What I was saying is the mom who's searches for the pain.
Right.
And she also searches for real. So when you were like, welcome to my life, that's a social media post. Mm-hmm. So yeah, last night I was on this webinar trying to talk and my 4-year-old was blasting it out. And I was like, said to myself, welcome to my life. That's a social media post. And you're not like taking a picture of like an iStock photo. You're actually taking, I think you're breaking up. You're taking a picture actually of yourself or a picture of you, in doing whatever, feeling like crazy or going like that. So you're starting to break up. But I want you to think about it, and hopefully you'll come back on. I want you to think about, and this is for everyone who, even though Stephanie is a little frozen right now, were you, okay, I was just saying, and you'll listen back.
Right.
What I want you to focus on is this. Focus less on the big picture. The big picture will always come. It's actually, why are they coming in? So many coaches focus on the big picture. They're like, well, I'm selling this 8-week gut program. That's not what people are attracted to. They're attracted to you saying, last night was really crazy, or I couldn't get my kid to sleep. This is what I did. Or my kid used to not eat this, or I used to feel this way.
Right.
It's bringing them into your life. Nobody needs anybody to be perfect, tall, short, little, bigger. Like, it doesn't matter. People want realness. Because if you look at Instagram, some of the highest functioning Instagram people, some of them have perfect stock photos, but others just really take pictures of their life. Mm-hmm. And they tell a story. People will sign up, opt in, and give you their email and trust you because you're being real and you're being not vulnerable. We're like telling everything, but you're talking about how hard it is to be a mom and that it's a lonely job.
Right.
And that too often we do lose ourselves because we don't even have that second. And so like, what are your mama hacks? Like that could even be one freebie, like the mama hacks for the woman who definitely has no time, or like the mom, like how I got off sugar, like the mama hacks to get off sugar, or you really theme everything the mama hacks, and you just start to think, how can I express myself? And then think of the only reason I always say a shorter program is for people that just don't trust yet, or they're non-committal.
Right.
Or they're moms and they're just like, I really don't have time. Same thing as corporate. We all think, I just don't have time. Give me the goddamn solution.
Right. Yeah. Tell me how the end works.
Yeah.
Give me the clip notes first.
Think more. I'm just going to show an example. And I think this will be helpful to everyone. And I can do this tomorrow on a large one. Because whether you have a membership whether you have, or whether the goal is strategy sessions, or whether the goal is one-on-one, whether the goal is a group, it all starts like that.
Okay.
So you want to think with each opt-in, one, if it goes to your one-on-one, if everybody says, hey, thank you so much, and it leads them down to a sequence of like a 3 email with a tag-based system, even MailChimp. If they don't opt in, what is the second option? That's all it's about. Or just take them down. Hey, I'd really love you to work with me. Email number 2 could be like, here, for only $17, I have a 7-day mama hack program. That's a tripwire. Then you follow up with that too. Hey, join my program on like how I actually found myself. Or I wouldn't say found myself again. I would focus again, going back to the pain points. We lose ourselves, and what it keeps saying, I lost myself and this happened, because all this happened ... is really what they're looking for. So it's really like, I work with women who are addicted to sugar, caffeine, don't know what to eat, constantly take out, deliver in, find themselves just feeling lost and alone because we are moms. And I teach you because I taught myself how to come back to a place where I don't feel like a lunatic, where I'm not consuming sugar, where I have an exercise plan, where I'm actually drinking 60 ounces of water a day, like almost like the basic things. Mm-hmm. And where I teach you that you don't have to be holistic to be healthy. I'm going to teach you the exact hacks on how I make dinner in less than 15 minutes. And how I only do that 3 times a week.
Right.
Because that's what we do.
Right. Yeah. Awesome.
Does he want to show me his Legos?
He's distracted now, so I think
okay. Tell him if he needs to personal message me. It's totally fine. And he can
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah. Because I know how kids roll.
Really quick.
Really.
You have to be fast. Where is it? Super fast. Run.
Yeah. I would do, so somebody's asking, Mimi's asking, cleaning system. I would look, okay, let me see your Legos first. Oh wow. You did such a good job. Wow. That is so amazing. And I love dinosaurs.
I'm a dinosaur Lego freak right now.
My daughter was a dinosaur. My daughter and my son, but my daughter, like, crazy builder. I would say to look at what is the biggest pain point. Is it clean eating or is it sugar? And only because I want you to think of, I feel like you speak naturally about what you want to say. Mm-hmm. And right now it's just filling in the blanks of having something to offer women. And I also take into consideration, and I always say this with coaches, like where you live and the people that you're around. So is a clean eating 21-day cleaning program better for the people? Like, are you really getting them to the basics? Mm-hmm. What is their biggest struggle? You don't have to say clean eating. You can even call it back to the basics, or you can even call it like get your mojo back, or you can even like call it whatever you want to call it. And that is the messaging that we talk about so often.
Yeah.
But the program then allows you to go and pitch to their schools and say, you know what, I want to come in. And I came in and talked about vegetables. I was like, hey guys, we're going to go over. I bought a huge basket of vegetables and fruits. And we had little cut up, like little trying, like they tried cucumbers. And I was like, see, this vegetable tastes like nothing. And they're like, oh my God, it tastes like nothing. So you can start to really build your authority in that way. And that will escalate. And that's what many coaches don't see about me online. They just see an online presence, but they don't see all the work. And then the middle schools and the high schools and the teachers that I taught and everything, and the PTAs, you have an opportunity at the infancy where your kids are to get vendor tables and really be known as like the mom's helper, the mom's babysitter. Because I always say, is there a babysitter? Like I should create like a Match.com for moms to get their own babysitter.
Right.
Because we all need that. It's like, where's my babysitter?
Right.
So think about that and think about your presentations, because the beautiful thing when you buy one of the systems is you're set with like 2, 4, you're pretty much set with like 5 workshops.
Okay.
And then you're set with your freebies. So then it's just really being like, who am I going to go out to see locally? Even the kid's dentist, the kid's doctor, your doctor, people you know. And this is where coaches are 100% failing. Everyone's like, online is great.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to also reach out locally and get our feet wet and really hone in on our message to just nail it to the wall. And I know you can do it, especially after talking to you. I'm like kindred spirit.
Right, for sure.
So thank you for just loaning yourself and your children. They're adorable. And
thank you for putting up with them.
my children were the same. And, I would also encourage you, if you feel comfortable and if you want to, but I don't think they would have been on this webinar. My daughter constantly did things with me, lives, because she wanted to. She would be like, can I make that smoothie? And I'd be like, well, great. Do you want to do this online? Right. So you can show that kids can do this? Do you want to show yourself cooking eggs and showing that you can be healthy and cooking with coconut oil and cooking in a healthy pan, like all that stuff? That stuff is what people see. That builds authority.
Mm-hmm. I
feel like we are seeing it backwards. And that's why I keep saying unlearn marketing, uncoach yourself, go back to the basics.
Right.
So I feel, and this is just my own advice, take it or leave it. I feel that if you can optimize on really your personality and your kids who are just adorable and definitely would love to be helpers in the kitchen and showing different things and helping you, that to me is really the whole family, in and of itself.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Seriously, it was such a pleasure. I had no idea it would be this much a pleasure. So don't give up. I see coaches who give up, and really what they probably need to do more is really figure out who they want to serve and why. And it's not just like, oh God, it's doing what you're doing. So you're such a great example.
Yeah. Thanks again.
Now go take care of those guys. All right, guys, I love you. All right. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
All right. So we have one more hot seat, and I just want to encourage you guys, if you are on the fence about a program, or you don't know what you want, that's what I do when coaches sign up for a call with me. If you're completely confused, you're like, where do I start? Where do I go? I do feel like a lot of coaches, they don't go that place. I would say, we don't often do full on coaching, but if we don't do that stuff, we don't get to really do our business, and then we consistently waste money. So Mimi saying, Anne from Facebook is asking, with a single session, what do you suggest to cover? How long is a call? I love 60-minute sessions. I also will offer 90, but that's also always based on that initial discovery. I don't do health histories, guys. It's not, especially in Orange State, which I'm in, because you're going over very specifics that you don't want to go over before there's a contract signed. But I will also say, okay, if you can only afford this, in this 90-minute, this would be ideal for you because we have more time, or we have a 60-minute and a follow-up. In a 60-minute, I will often take a program, 7 or 14 days, and I will say, during the 60-minute, we will cover this program. I will personalize it. And this program will also help the areas that you're talking about. And we will discuss that on our discovery session. So I'm not coming blind. I will also have them food journal, not food diary, because in an orange state, you can't read a food diary, but I will just say, tell me in this journal, not what you ate and like what were the nutritional facts, but when did you feel good? What stressed you out? So they more awake of their daily habits. And I think that's a really important thing. So I always have people do that 3 days in advance. And then I will, give a program. The reason I've always gave a program is, one, the conversion was that much better. I mean, I had like a 90% conversion rate. Two, it provides structure, and most of us need structure. Three, it also gave us a jumping ground or a base to start with, instead of me spending 2 to 3 hours, which is what was happening, writing session notes, because I realized I was providing the same things: tongue scraping, contrast showering, skin brushing, all these different things. And I've had clients who literally came back to me 5 years in a row. I have one client, 9 years, who I've seen 5 of their family members who only did single sessions. So just also a personality type. So I hope that, was helpful in that approach. I would always say, yes, it was a little formatted. I found that was just, again, more effective. And with that being said, that depends, though, simply on the structure of your own business and how you want to look at it. So let me just see who my other hot seat is. Okay, here she is. I'm not going to murder the name. Hi, my good friend. Are we having babies crying again? Okay, all right, we are actually going to end the night. What we can do, guys, is we're going to be doing 5 more of these. So please reach out to me. Again, if you are feeling stagnant, or you're feeling like there needs to be an up level, or you need to get on the phone, and I don't mean coaching. I mean, like, you need to get on the phone with me and discuss what programs would fit the most, like Stephanie's doing, or Stephanie has done, or I did with Katrina. That is, let me say, that is exactly what I would do with coaches. And I do that because too often we end up buying the wrong programs. And then we feel frustrated, we feel defeated, we don't know what our message is, and then we can't really serve people. No, Mimi, just she's not on, but why don't we just reach out to her on Facebook, and we can do another. The second thing is, guys, I'm more than happy to also do this during the day for those of you who are in Europe, any other. Mimi and I can schedule that. Or if you feel like you need to see specific programs, please reach out. We have so many of our favorites. We have not only the systems, which are great for anybody starting, or if you're really looking to up level, but we have the ones that thyroid and adrenal and clean eating, 21-day clean eating. We have, Revitalize. There's so many programs. So if you're not in our free forum, please go in. I did a sneak peek on our new ones today. I'm going to be doing just another additional one tomorrow, like really showing the hormone course, if there's any questions. And please feel free to reach out to us at team@Rachel A. or to put a question directly into the question box at yourhealthcoachbiz.com, and myself will answer it right away. And yes, if you do have a question, or you want to schedule a time with me during the weekend, guys, or you even need to talk to me tonight, please reach out to team@RachelAFeldman.com. I will be sending a replay tonight. It will have my information, my schedule, and also in the replay email, it has my phone number. So I try to make myself really available, because when I was a coach, I had so many questions, and I just was like, get somebody's, just answer from their info. And it just frustrated me because I just really wanted to get there. Oh, Gregory, I love you. Gregory is also, guys, when you join our paid forums, I have so many amazing moderators with all different talents, from offline coaching to online. Gregory is actually one of our moderators with 30 years of experience. He is just a man of wisdom, spirit, mindset, metaphysical work, functional medicine practitioner, worked with doctors, collaborated. I am so fortunate that he has joined us. And so you are not just getting a program, you are getting support. And I feel that that is one of the biggest areas where we fail to get supported in. And then we feel like we need to buy this next thing. So with that being said, have a beautiful night. Again, if you need to speak to me tonight, or you need to schedule a time with me over the weekend, I make myself available. Everyone knows that. Again, my name is Rachel Feldman. Very excited to be with you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to Stephanie and her children. This is where we have our aha moments. You will see it's not just what we're thinking. Too often this goes, we get clear, talk it out. We have a breakthrough, and we then help the next person. Have a beautiful one, and I will see you guys hopefully in our private exclusive paid forum. And if that's not a right fit for you, or you want to double dip, you want to join our membership, you can also find more about that, and you get to hear me constantly. But with that being said, have a beautiful night, and I will see you guys later. Ciao, Bella.